guys, it's Skipper Megan. If you are returning, then welcome back, and if you are new, welcome aboard. So I know that I have talked a little bit multiple times about the different things that I do at Magic Kingdom specifically, but I'm going to kind of lay it out exactly how I do Magic Kingdom. If you are your group of friends Disney freak, anytime anyone goes to Walt Disney World, I'm sure they say, hey, what should I do at this park? And they want you to outline basically how do you do that day. So I'm going to do that for Magic Kingdom today because that's everyone's usual first day park. So I'm going to talk about from start to finish how we do Magic Kingdom. So this hasn't really changed all that much, excluding a couple of new rides and new foods and stuff that we've added in periodically as they've become available. This is pretty much how my family has always done Magic Kingdom every time that we've been, and now my husband and I do it the same way. Usually just the first day, then once we go back a couple other times, then we just kind of fill in what we haven't done or go ahead and do some of the same things that we want to do again. But this is just a guideline of how we do typically our first day at Magic Kingdom. So if the park opens at 9 a.m., we usually wake up about 7. And if it opens at 8, we usually wake up about 6. We try to wake up about 2 hours before the park opens to give us plenty of time to get ready and eat some breakfast and get to the park, because we actually do not usually stay on Disney property. We usually stay at a timeshare or something like that that's a little bit farther out, and then we drive in. So we want to be able to have plenty of time to go ahead and make our way in, and we also want to have some time to eat breakfast at our hotel, whether that is at like a Holiday Inn or a Hampton Inn or whatever like that, where you have a continental breakfast, or if we are at a timeshare, we have a kitchen where we just want to make our own breakfast there. We always try to eat before we get to the park. That way we don't have to get distracted on Main Street by eating food. So we wake up at 7, we get ready, and then we are out the door by 8 for a 9 o'clock park open. If you are driving to Magic Kingdom, once you get through the gates and you've paid for your parking and you get to your parking space, then we always recommend do not get on the tram. That's just going to waste time. Always just walk straight in, especially if you're getting there first thing in the morning. It's not going to be a long walk. You're going to be parked pretty close. So just go ahead and walk to TTC, the Transportation and Ticket Center, and then you can choose from there if you would like to get on the monorail or on the ferry boat. We always pick the monorail if it is available because that is faster. It may look like the line is a lot longer because the ferry boat does take a lot more people, but the monorail is going to get you there faster over the ferry boat having to go across Seven Seas Lagoon. So don't take the tram, get on the monorail if you can. At that point, we usually are arriving at the gates for the Magic Kingdom, going through the bag check and the security by about 8:30 or so. So we usually have about 30 minutes, maybe 15, before the park actually opens. Now, it used to be that you could have the welcome show out by the train station. The mayor of Main Street would come out and they would say, "Welcome to Magic Kingdom," and the train would roll up. But now they actually do the morning show at the castle. So you need to go all the way in to the Magic Kingdom now, and you go up, and that's where you'll see the welcome show. So if you are getting there for rope drop, that's where you're going to head. You're going to head all the way in, and that's what we like to do. We like to get there for the very beginning for the opening show, and then we go straight to our attractions. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to say that our 3 fast passes that we would have picked ahead of time would have been Space Mountain, Thunder Mountain, and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and that's the order that we usually try to get them in. We try to get Space Mountain first thing in the morning, Thunder Mountain second, and then Seven Dwarfs Mine Train a little bit later, and even if it is into the early afternoon, that's okay. And the reason why we do it that way, we have always gone straight in and gone with the rest of the crowd of people to Tomorrowland. Most people go to the right when they get into Magic Kingdom, so if you don't want to go that path, head over to Adventureland and you're going to have a lot lower wait times. But we always go straight into Tomorrowland and we ride Space Mountain first. We ride it without our fast pass because the line is usually really quick. So we go in and we ride that Space Mountain. We ride Space Mountain, and then we come out and we do it again with our fast pass. So we get 2 rides within about 20 minutes. So that's our first efficiency kind of move there. Then after that, we run over to Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, and we do Buzz because sometimes that ride gets a ridiculous wait later on in the day. So we go ahead and get that out of the way early in the morning. And at that point, we're usually about 45 minutes, close to an hour into park time. So hopefully if we had our Space Mountain fast pass set for 9 a.m., we would have our Thunder Mountain set for 10 a.m., and we can go straight over, make our way to Frontierland, and go ahead and ride Thunder Mountain. I've mentioned it before, I'm going to say it again. If you don't have a fast pass for Thunder Mountain, do not wait in that queue if it is more than about 15 or 20 minutes because it is very, very hot in that queue. So we always do recommend a fast pass or going at night when it is not as sunny. So once we make our way over to Frontierland, like I said, most people go to the right, so Frontierland and Adventureland are all going to be a little bit emptier. It's not going to be empty, but it's going to be a little bit emptier than Tomorrowland and Fantasyland because a lot of people go straight to that area of the park. So once we do Thunder Mountain, then we kind of hang out in Adventureland, Liberty Square. We do Pirates of the Caribbean. We do the Haunted Mansion. Don't do Jungle Cruise because that's one of the big ticket items that people like to go to early in the morning. So we don't go there during the day. We actually save that for nighttime, which I think it's so much better at night anyway. So at this point, once we've spent a little bit of time in Liberty Square and Adventureland, then once everyone else has kind of made their way through that counterclockwise motion from Tomorrowland into Fantasyland and out into Frontierland Liberty Square, we start heading the opposite direction. So we go into Fantasyland and we do It's a Small World and Mickey's PhilharMagic, the Journey of the Little Mermaid, the Ariel ride, and the Teacups. The Teacups are one of my absolute favorite rides. I know that's a lot of people's least favorite ride because you spin yourself to death, but I love the Teacups. So once you've kind of done all of the Fantasyland area, then it's time for us to take a break. We like to go and we like to have lunch, and we either go to Harbor House or we will go and just find a spot and we will eat what we've packed. You know, we'll bring protein bars or sandwiches, trail mix, things like that. And we'll just have a little snack or lunch, and then after we eat lunch, then we head into nap time sponsored by Disney, the Hall of Presidents, because it's super cool and relaxing. We can take a little 30-minute time to digest our food while we're still doing some attractions. So we'll go into the Hall of Presidents and we'll do that. And then by this point, it's probably pushing 2 o'clock. So what better thing to do than go ahead and get a spot for Festival of Fantasy. If we are staying for that, then we go ahead and we'll either stay in Liberty Square or we'll move down into Frontierland, and we will find a spot for that, and we'll just kind of chill out for a little while and wait for the parade. And then once the parade goes by, we usually leave at that point because I am a big fan of heading home in the afternoon for a nap. A lot of people don't like to do that because they feel like they're wasting time, but I am pretty much useless once I get tired, so if I need to go home and take a nap, then I'm like a 6-year-old. I need to take that nap. So we'll head back to our hotel and we will take a little bit of a nap. Sometimes we will stop by either Aloha Isle in Adventureland, or we'll actually drop by the Polynesian on our way back to our car at TTC, and we will get a Dole Whip because I can't go to Magic Kingdom and not get a Dole Whip. And like I mentioned before, get the pineapple vanilla swirl at the Pineapple Lanai at the Polynesian. Super, super delicious. It's like a dreamsicle, but with pineapple instead of orange. We'll head back home, take a nap, get cleaned up, usually shower, and then we will have dinner either at our hotel or we will go out to dinner somewhere off property. And then after that, we will come back into the park and do a couple of things at night. So at night, we like to come back and we like to obviously stay for the fireworks. Used to be Wishes, now it's Happily Ever After, which we have not actually seen yet, but I've heard it's really great. So we come back in, we get a spot for the fireworks, and if there was an electrical parade or a nighttime parade, we would watch that. But right now we just go in for the fireworks, and then a couple of attractions that we prefer to do at night. Jungle Cruise, that one I always like to do at nighttime, and we always like to also do the People Mover at nighttime because you can't beat the reveal of the castle when it's all glowing and you got the Astro Orbiter all lit up in front of you. Plus the People Mover is just a nice, fun, relaxing attraction that I just really love. So we always like to do the People Mover, and once again, if Thunder Mountain does not have a long wait, we always like to do that at night. It's really beautiful at nighttime, and you can get some really great pictures. So we like to do that one. And if you were going to do Splash Mountain, I recommend doing it at night. I know a lot of people like to do Splash when it's super hot outside. That's when the line's the longest. It's not going to be super long at like 10 or 11 at night. So you can get on and do Splash pretty quickly if you want to do it at night. And then we just kind of head home after that, and we always take the resort monorail out of Magic Kingdom. We do not like to take the ferry boat because everyone and their brother is trying to get on the ferry boat. We do not like to take the regular monorail because everyone else is trying to get on the monorail. So we always like to get on the resort monorail. People think that you have to be staying at one of the resorts to get on the resort monorail, and you don't. So just head right over there, and that's going to be a lot quicker. It's not going to go straight to TTC. It'll stop at some of the resorts. But if that doesn't bother you, it's still going to be a lot quicker. You're not going to have to wait in line as long, and it's not going to be as crowded. So get on the resort monorail and head back to your car at TTC. Obviously, the monorail isn't going to matter all that much if you are staying at a Disney resort, because then you can just go and hop on your bus and you can get back that way. So I don't really have any tips for that. It's just get on your bus and head home. So that is my typical day at the Magic Kingdom. I know I've kind of mentioned all of these things periodically throughout all of my other videos, but I thought I would kind of narrow it down and tell you exactly step by step how we do Disney. If you have a different pattern, if you have different things that you do, let me know down below. And I will see you guys later. Bye, y'all.